YouTube channel. My name is Riley and today is part 3 of our beginning spinning course. So in this video you will learn how to take the yarn that you now have plied on your spindle and get it all ready to be in hank. Now you can't knit or crochet or weave from a hank. You would then put on a ball winder and wind it up, or you would wind it up on a toilet paper roll, or just wind it into a ball with your hands. But that's a different thing. You want to get it into this form for the next part, but we'll get into that. But first, for this video, you are going to need your drop spindle with your fiber on it. If you don't have a drop spindle, and if you're just watching these videos, I do have kits available in my online store, and I'll link to that in the description box. Also, if you don't want to buy a kit, we also have just drop spindles, or ideally in the future someday just fiber. So, but for now, we have kits and just drop spindles. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need something called a niddy noddy. Now, you could buy a nice pretty wooden one, or you can make your own. And I have a blog post up that I'll link to below as well, that shows you how I made mine for like under $5 or whatever, but using PVC pipe. So those are the things you're gonna need. Let's get started. The first thing you're gonna do is, you could argue, oh, you need a shoebox with some slits cut in the sides so that your spindle will roll very nicely. If you have a tile or a hardwood floor, that's probably best. Or you could just get any cardboard box. You don't have to put slits in it, and just drop your spindle in it. Kind of use it as a yarn bowl type thing so that when your spindle's rolling around, it's not jumping out. I have carpet in here. I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna drop this on the floor. I'll set it on the floor so that I don't make everybody anxious. Then you're gonna take the end of your yarn and you're just going to tie it to one part of your niddy noddy. Then I like to wrap it around my niddy noddy. As you can see, it goes this way and this way. The two ends of the stick are perpendicular to one another. So I'm going to wrap over, come around, go back to the bottom, come to the top. So top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And as long as you remember and you go in the same sequence the entire time, and it goes top, bottom, and you're not like crisscrossing, like, see, I'm going from this to here to this to there. I never switch directions. I never go from here to here. Switching directions will get it all tangled up and you won't be able to ever unravel it. So I'm just going to continue doing this like so, until all of the fiber is off of my bobbin. Alright, so it's still attached to your leader, so you can cut it off, you can try and untie it from your leader depending on how tightly you tied it onto your leader. Whatever works best for you. I'm just untying mine. Alright, now we have this little thing here. So now I'm going to show you how to tie the yarn. You don't take it off yet. You need to tie it so that it won't get tangled, and I'm going to show you that right now. So with the end that you just finished with, you're going to take the fiber on your niddy noddy, split it in half. Then you're going to do a figure 8 motion with the end of the yarn that you just had. So I'm going to go behind this half and then over it, then behind the second half and over it, like so. And then I'm just going to tie it to itself in a little square knot. Just double tie, like so. Then I'm going to find the beginning, and I'm going to untie it from the niddy noddy, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to split my fiber in half, going to go under, over, and then tie it off. Some people split it into 3 and like wrap it around 3. I just do it in half because it's less work for me and it still works. So then I like to do it on each side. So I like to do one here, one here, one here, and then one here. So I have 2 pieces of scrap yarn from my scrap yarn pile that I'm going to do the figure 8 ties in those places too. So I have 4 places where I've tied by the end of it. Just 2 would be fine, or 3 would be better, 4 would be ideal. 1 is risky. Still have a chance of messing it up, but. So now it's all tied up onto this. So I just grabbed one of the pegs, I guess you could say, pop it off, and then it can just come off like so. Can replace it real easy. And now it's ready to soak. So I'm not going to go through the whole soaking process for you in this video, but I can just explain it really briefly for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill a basin or your sink with lukewarm, room temperature water. And then if you want to soften up your yarn a little bit, you can put in some really mild conditioner in with the water and mix it around, as well as if you have wool wash and you're using wool to spin, that's the best option. But I mean, just some conditioner or something like that will work as well if you want to soften it up. Or you can just soak it. If you don't really want to mess with any of that, you can just soak it in the water and like let it sit there. So you're going to put the fiber in the water, and without moving it too much, you're just going to gently squeeze it so that the water can get in to all of the fiber. Once that's gently squozen, you're going to let it sit there for 15 minutes or so. It really is just, like, I've heard lots of different things on how long you let it sit there and soak. It really is just personal preference. I'm a very impatient human being, so I'll let it soak for like 15 minutes and call it good. Also, I'm also a forgetful human being, so sometimes I let it sit there for a couple hours, and then I'm like, oh crap, I was soaking something, so it doesn't matter. Then once it's done, you're going to want to take it out of the water and gently squeeze excess water out. Don't wring it, don't be rough with the fibers, just be super gentle. There's still going to be a lot of water left after you've gently done that. So you can do a couple of things. You could set it on a towel and roll it up in the towel and then step on the towel to get excess water out. Or you could put it inside of a pillowcase and then throw it into your dryer and have it do a spin cycle to kind of spin out the excess yarn. Excess water. Thank you. Did I say washer or dryer? You're going to stick it in your washer. Do not stick your yarn into the dryer. Spin cycles in the washer, okay? Then once that's done, you can do this to get some more water out, and to help get any extra kinks out, you just gently boing boing. You just do that boing boing, boing boing. You can also do something called thwacking, which is you just take your yarn and you see like a table over there and you go thwack, and then you move and you thwack. That is also another option. From there, you're going to hang your yarn up like on, using a hanger maybe in your shower, and just let it air dry. And then from there, you can twist it up into a hank by taking your hands like so, twisting your hands in the opposite directions, and then tucking it in like so. And you have your first hand spun yarn. I still have to do the whole setting and thwacking and all of that, but it's my yarn, it's my baby. So congratulations, it is all ready. Once it's dry, you can wind it up into a ball and immediately start using it, or you can use it as decoration. So yeah, thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you so much for participating in this class. I hope to do more classes in the future. If you would like, we already have a beginning crochet class, a beginning knitting class, and knitting a scarf class. So you can check those out, and yeah, I will see you all later. Now go out there and craft your world. Goodbye!